Happy Friday, everyone.
Poof.
Happy Hispanic Heritage Month, everyone, and welcome to Building Blocks. My name is Ana
And I'm Fuljens Henry.
How is everybody doing in this amazing Friday?
Yes.
It's Friday, and it's actually the Friday before People of Video. For those of you who are not familiar with People of Video, it is a conference that is happening in the East Coast, and Ecamm Live, Ecamm Fam is going to be there at an amazing meetup. It's happening, so that is the Friday before the weekend of People of Video.
I cannot
Very
wait.
excited.
I can't wait. So, and for those of you tuning in, let us know. Again, remind us if you're attending because we love to see you there. We can't wait to meet all of you.
Yes, and something else is that we will be hosting the virtual experience of People of Video, and those tickets are on sale for Ecamm Fam for $29.
$29. What was that? $120 off just for the Ecamm Fam.
That is
$120
amazing.
off.
Yeah.
So, good morning, Mr. Moderator. Please share the link with the Ecamm Fam. Listen, you can't make it in person. Listen, $29 for all access, and you could also watch it live and replay, and you have that forever.
Yeah, and you will also get the replays on the actual conference because it will be two different things. So for the in-person conference, there's a big presentation. For the virtual access pass, you're gonna have like a summary of it, and you'll be able to ask questions to the speakers, almost like one-on-one, right? So that is pretty cool as well, and you're gonna get behind the scenes and prizes and things like that. So it's going to be a pretty good investment for $29. Pretty good investment.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then also something that we're excited about besides that is I don't know how many of you have checked out the Canva updates. Oh my gosh, we're going to be touching on that. And then also we are going to be teaching you by popular demand what, Fuljens?
Straight out of Ecamm. Straight out of Ecamm logo. But also, it doesn't necessarily have to be that, but you can apply those practices to any lower third, any overlay that you create. So we're going to break that down for you in a few.
That's right. And you know, now that I'm thinking about it, we should have been wearing the shirt because some of you might not know what we're referring to.
I wanted to color coordinate with this overlay going on, so I'm not wearing that.
Which we will talk about that, but we will show you the shirt. It's a shirt that came out. We had an Ecamm, a Building Blocks design challenge where we taught you how to design inside of Ecamm just using text overlays and using fonts and things like that. So every day there was a challenge for you. And out of that came the straight out of Ecamm t-shirt. And then out of that came the straight out of Ecamm tune that DJ Rob composed.
And the Ecamm content planner was also
Yes.
straight out of Ecamm logo too.
Yeah, so a lot of great things happen out of that challenge. And that challenge, you can still check it out. It is on Anna and Fuljens Building Blocks, as well as I believe it's on the Ecamm Hub, right? Video Hub.
It is.
Yeah. So you can check it out there. Oh, you pulled it up. Here we go, real quick.
Right. So it inspired this awesome t-shirt design and also the Ecamm Live content creators planner. It was really cool.
Yeah. So it was. So we're gonna teach you because some of you have been asking how did we create that a Strategy Camp logo, and then answer any of your questions that you might have, right? And that's basically it that we have going on for you guys today.
Let's say good morning to the fam.
Yes.
Al Jennings, good morning.
Al
Good to
Jennings,
see
of
you.
course you're here.
Yes, Al Jennings is looking forward to seeing how we design that. So absolutely, thank you for joining. Yes, Dina is joining Team Virtual for Team. Dina's joining Team Virtual for POV.
Yes. Okay.
Richard will be there in person.
Oh,
we
Jesus,
cannot wait to see you there and connect with you, Richard. That'll be awesome.
That'll be.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator, for sharing the link for the $120 off, you guys. It is it's a must purchase right there. Coach Frenchie, good to see you again. Good
Hi,
to
Coach
see you.
Frenchie.
We miss you from the Vlogmas. You are awesome. You are amazing. Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that? Oh man. Good to see you here, Coach Frenchie.
Yes. And for those of you watching us on LinkedIn, hello LinkedIn. Say hello in the comments so that we can say hello to you as well. I see Paul.
Yes.
On the LinkedIn side. Hello, LinkedIn Paul.
Hello, LinkedIn Paul. Good to see you here, LinkedIn Paul.
Yes. So let's talk about this. Okay, so it's almost the end of the year. We're in the last quarter of the year, everyone. And this is when mostly everyone is starting to plan out their year. Some start earlier, some start later, but this is mostly like the last quarter is where you are kind of looking at what worked, what didn't work, or what you would like to put more effort on in 2023. So, Apple came out with the iPhone and the release. Canva, everyone, oh my gosh. I don't know if any of you have seen the updates, but they are amazing. We're gonna cover just real quick highlights of what is, for those of you who use Canva, what is updated. But then on that, we are also like, okay, so what is a refresh? So everyone is doing refresh. Like Canva came out, did that major refresh, right? So did Apple. So what about us? So we started thinking about what refresh can we do to sort of give a little paint to the live streamings, right? And then for me, I like changing things quite often. Fuljens does not like changing.
Super quite often.
He doesn't like changing things quite often. So I'm like, for me, I get a little bit tired of seeing the same thing over and over again. So I'll wake up one day and I'll be like, Fuljens, we need to change everything. And he's like, what? And but it just gives you a new perspective and in a refreshing, like, for example, when you paint your room or you paint a room in your house, you get this new refreshing feeling and you get inspired by it and things like that, right? So we recently rearranged our bedroom and then you were so excited about it, right? So you started thinking about other things that can be done. So this is what happens when you do a little bit of refreshing. So when we move it into the live streaming and you have your graphics and you have your logo and you have the things that people are already used to. So you're not rebranding, you're just doing a refresh. So what does a refresh mean, right? For it could be different for everyone. For us, real quick, that just excited me and then excited Fuljens as well, was inverting the colors of our scenes. And also we looked at our color palette and then we just said, okay, what complementary colors can we use to just give it a refresh but still keep our brand colors, right? And this is what we did, right? So we just look at the palette. We still have the yellow. We still have the red, which is our main colors, but then we added the teal. And then when we added the teal, I just showed Fuljens. I'm like, Fuljens, here's a palette. Go at it. And he just You felt good. Tell us how you felt about it, Fulton.
Well, I was behind bars, actually handcuffed, and
Almost. But then, tell us how you felt
no, the
afterwards.
teal looks good. So the teal was in that color palette. So there were other colors, but the teal made the most sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what do you guys think? So for you, right? So we're putting it on you. What do you do to refresh your brand? Right? What do you do to give a quick refresh that will make you feel good about it and give you that little like new exciting feeling that will then transcend through and give you more motivation and inspiration.
While still maintaining your brand identity.
Yes, of course, because you don't want to change your brand identity. That's a whole undertaking. But for a refresh, what do you guys do? And one of the things that I love about designing inside of Ecamm is that you have everything already there. So the only thing for us that we did was just change the colors. That's it. And we already had there. So you add the colors to your color palette. And that was a simple search as a color palette for red and yellow. And then it gave us complementary colors. It gave us all of that. And then we went on from there.
Yeah.
We could have taken it further and implemented some other elements from, say, Canva or Envato. But I suggested this to Fuljens last night. So
I miss my solid snake sound effect. It's going to come back just for these moments.
So let's see. What do you guys do? Let us know what do you guys do. And we're going to touch real quick on the Canva updates because this is going to be even better for giving your live streams setups and your scenes a quick refresh, as well as your graphics, the graphics that you use to promote your live streams is going to give a great refresh. So let's see. What do you guys say? Let's see. I see Tatiana saying, I am at the starting figuring out branding. Okay. All right. So yeah, so for those of us, it's just mainly what we have already, and then you just give a little paint, right? Do a little paint, rearrange it a little bit, maybe even add a new font, but very just lightly that it will still keep on your branding.
Yeah.
So that is pretty good too.
Yeah. We have a few people that came in. Hello, Rich Vibes. Good to see you here. Lewis, what's up? Cannot wait to see you again next week at People of Video.
Hey.
Jose Arroyo, good to see you here. Yeah, Jose says he would change the logo.
Okay. Yeah, to those, I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen, but for example, Google, the first logo that Google had was a little bit intricate, right? They have some you can even search it up. They have some weirdness going on, like some arrows or some stuff to it, and they settled, right? They kept the same colors. The colors did not change, but they settled for a simple just Google, right? It's just like a simplicity thing. So for logos, they kept the same colors, so you could give your logo a little refresh but still keeping your brand, right? Unless you want to completely rebrand. But for a refresh, like for example, Coca-Cola, Netflix, they changed their logos, but they not change it, but they give it a lift or refresh. So Netflix was, the red rectangle and then Netflix on top, and now it's just like N.
The letter N.
Yeah. And it's still the same thing, the same colors and everything, but it just gave people something else to look at, right? And it's just when you give a refresh, not only, for example, even for you, yourself, if you get a new haircut, gentlemen, ladies, if we get a new haircut, new hairdo, what is the first thing that we do, right? We post it and we say, hey, this is the refresh, and you're feeling good and everything, and people start commenting. So it's the same thing for your brand and for your live streams. You do a little bit refresh, you share that, and then you will get new people. You will give a refresh or a reminder to your current audience about, and they're like, oh yeah, look at, they changed that, and they will re-engage again with you. So refresh is pretty good to do. It's pretty nice. And then we did a refresh on ours, and then we also did a refresh on the straight Outta Ecamm logo that was in the waiting screen.
Right. And speaking of refresh, Andrew, I don't know if you're still having any picture on LinkedIn, but try to refresh. And also, Paul, if you're on there, let us know if we're all good on the LinkedIn side.
Hi, Al Andrew.
Yeah, refreshing. Yeah, thank you, Paul.
Yeah. And sometimes I find it easier to, unfortunately, to watch LinkedIn on desktop, on the laptop, than on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kimberly Gunn, hello. DJ Strick, good to see you here.
DJ Strick, hello.
All right, awesome.
Okay, so let's go straight out of Ecamm Design, you
Yes.
guys.
So this was the this is the original, the straight out Ecamm design.
So we're
And
not on demo mode.
yeah, we're gonna go into demo mode. And so here it is, right? So before we went live, we unlocked these scenes here. And Al Jennings, this is for you, good sir. We have a few elements here. So let's try to, actually, your confetti is in the way. There you go. We have the straight, we have the outer, and then we have a box here for the Ecamm and the Ecamm logo, right? So we're just gonna pull everything apart.
It's locked.
No, there we go. Okay. So this is how we have it, right? So let's go into straight. And then this is a good tip because like I believe this feature in Ecamm Live Text Overlays is kind of overlooked a little bit. And that is the border feature, right? So here we basically type straight, and then we have the background set to black, and then we have the border here. So let's zoom in on here, right? So border is set to 3, and that gives it like the rectangular border around the word straight. And this is all one text overlay. You have the letters, you have the background, and you have the border all in one, right? And the border is simply a matter of clicking on border and then changing the color, and then you have the border size here. Right now it's set to 3. Right, so that's straight. And then what we did for the bottom half of the Ecamm, we wanted to keep the same dimensions as straight. So what we did was we basically duplicated, right? And how you duplicate this, you can just hold down the option key and drag it, right? And then from there, you can just take the straight and lower the opacity. This way you have the same dimensions for the bottom. Right? So that's how we created the lower half.
And one thing we suggested, or I suggested to Mr. Fuljens, is to change because if you can see here, if you look at the overlays panel, it reads straight.
Right.
So when you're changing things, you are gonna have to kind of guess which one it is, even if you organize it in your layers. So I suggested adding the rectangle.
Right. And then originally this wasn't for like demonstration purposes, so we kept the straight the same because we wanted to keep the same dimensions here, right? So outer is very, the same practice in regards to typing the word outer, and now we have the background, orange background behind it, right? And outer is going to be underneath straight, and then the lower bottom. So straight is going to go over. And then this new rectangle that we created here is going to go over, right? And then the Ecamm logo goes over it as well. So the only thing that we imported here is the Ecamm logo, right? You can use any font that you want for the straight outer. And then if you have a logo, you can add that there, right? If we go back to our waiting screen, just going to unmute for a second, and then maybe just lower the sound effects for a second, right? So it's the same thing, right? We have straight outer, and then we just change it to building blocks here.
Yes.
Right? So it could be whatever you want it to do, and any color palette, right? And that's the cool thing about doing an Ecamm is that, let's say you do want to keep this and you say, you know what, I'm not feeling the orange, I want to refresh. Then you go ahead and do your refresh directly inside of Ecamm.
Yeah. So for example, Exhibit A. So let's lower this. Let's go back to our main screen. So for example, if we wanted to make straight outer, right, to our branding colors, we can do the completely simple Fuljens. Let's change it to our building blocks palette.
Wait, this overlay.
No, the straight outer.
The straight outer. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I believe, since we brought in this teal, this was not designed on on your Ecamm, it was designed in my Ecamm. We just need to pull.
I added
pull
the color
teal.
palette.
Did you add this?
Yes, I
Okay,
added.
awesome.
Yeah, I added the color.
Let's go back to straight out of Ecamm, the original one, right? Actually, let's do
We're
the
still in
building.
demo mode? Oh,
Yeah.
we're in demo mode over here.
Ah.
Yeah.
No. You know what it is too? Let's see. First, let's just end live demo mode because I think we're zoomed in to. We were zoomed in. I think that's what was doing that.
Oh, we're still there.
Yeah.
So let's
Zoom
bring
out.
it over. Let's bring it over. So you want to zoom out?
Yeah.
There we
We
go.
have two different ways of zooming. I do, the plus minus zoom in, zoom out. But Anna likes the one key. I don't know. It's like,
But do say what happened.
You're a zoom in, zoom out on one key and glass mouse, and I'm a zoom in, zoom out on separate keys and trackpad type of person. So
You're also a type of person that you like to actually type like scroll down. So there's like a number from 1 to 100. He actually scrolls down instead of having to
scroll,
put it there.
and then also to yeah, and you type your numbers
Yeah,
in. Yeah,
just
so
gotta do
we have
things
our
fast.
we have our we have our differences. So okay, so you added the color palette, right?
Yes,
All right, so
yes.
let's go back to the waiting screen. It's more fun.
We're gonna be in black.
And let's just kill the timer. All right, cool. And we could kill the background.
And the music too. Or maybe lower it.
Yeah, lower it some more. All right, so let's start with outer, right? Because outer is going to be what color we're going to do the outer with? Was
We're
that
gonna do a teal or
teal one?
actually no, red, because teal is the complementary. So maybe the border. So let's try it. Okay.
And if we do red, you notice like now the black is going to be too dark in terms of the lettering, so we have to change the lettering to white. Let's just see how this comes out. And if we're doing this, right? So now the border has to match. So we're gonna change the border colors for the straight at the top.
Let's just actually appreciate how just changing that color changed the entire design. Like it just looks completely different. We're just changing the color. And let's also talk about how easy it was to just do it right here. We didn't have to get out of Ecamm. We did it right inside of Ecamm. So that's one of the great things.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so we changed the outer and then the straight. Now, all we have to do for straight is take the border color and match that. And then go to straight with, and then the same thing with the building block. So I'm gonna rename this to Ecamm outline because at first it had the Ecamm logo, but we added the building blocks to it instead. So we're gonna take Ecamm outline and change that to the building blocks red as well, right? But it's there, but it doesn't stand out right now because of the background.
What if we do teal? Actually, I don't know, but we can try it.
So if you do teal again, so we have to go back to the dominant color and then change that to a teal. I believe this is the one, right? And straight, go to the border color and change it to the teal. And then go to the Ecamm outline one for us and change that to the teal. Right? So there you
That
have
looks
it.
straight.
That looks cool.
Yeah.
I like the teal versus the red. And then of course, another thing that you can do, and then you see like it's a matter of like, if you can design, if you could create your graphics, just simple graphics in Ecamm, go ahead and do so because it's just so, it simplifies your workflow.
Yeah, for sure.
Because how many times we'll be like, oh, I don't like this, and I'm gonna leave and go into my design platform,
And then you have
and
to
go and
save
change
it.
Yeah,
And you have to
and come back.
export. You have to export and you have to add it if
Actually,
you
let's do
organize
this
like
one.
that. And then you have to add it to your folder that you're working on. And it's just a lot of steps that if you don't have to have all the steps is great.
Right.
But that looks good.
Yeah,
That looks
I think this one is the winner here. So building
Yeah.
blocks 2. That's the winner there.
Oh, that looks good. What do you guys think? Look it, and it was so simple. It was so
Yeah.
easy to do.
Yeah.
You know what we should do? You guys should design straight out of blank and post it in the community. Post it in the
Anna
Anna and
Fuljens.
Fuljens.
Listen,
Yes.
where's Paul?
Where's Paul? Post it in the Anna and Fuljens community on Facebook, and let us see what straight out of for you, right? Straight out of blank, and add your colors, and you can actually have different colors from your brand. So just like you saw us doing here. We had the red, we had the teal, and then we had the yellow. We experimented with all three, and the yellow is the one that we ended up we like.
Yeah, and then for this, I think for this, just two colors, right? So the font being white, and then the background and the border being one color. Because if you add the third color, it might get a little too busy. And you normally our eyes train like these straight out of designs just to be those two colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
or one color.
All Jennings has a great question. So it's like, how do you send this to a printer? Right? So we send it to Sylvia.
Right. So this design was just inspired in Ecamm and to show that you can create these designs in Ecamm. However, once we finished the design, we sent it out to Press and Sew. And then Press and Sew actually just recreated it on their end, right? So they create a vector, you know, and whatever else they had to do. So it could be ready to print on shirts, to print on books and whatnot, right? So they didn't take the actual Ecamm design and use it for printing, right? They recreated. So, and they asked us like, oh, what fonts did you use and all that good stuff. So
yeah. But I also wonder, how the graphics are high quality right now on our streams because of the, the resolution we're streaming at and the glass that we're using. I mean, everything looks good. So I wonder if we export it as just one scene and just do the screenshot and send and wonder how it will look. No, I'm saying like for printing without having to recreate it for printing purposes. I wonder how that would do. I mean, I don't know. But Al Jennings, yes, I guess the safe way to do it for printing would be to recreate on, say, Canva.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Photoshop or whatever you use.
Look at Paul, straight out of moderating. You know what, Paul? Create it, right? Create it. We want to see what you create because this is what it is, right? You just play with it. You just play with it. So Tatiana says, this is great stuff. Yellow looks best, in my opinion. I'll catch up on the replay. Got to head over to another meeting. Hope you guys are doing good. Yes, we will see you, Tatiana. We will see you this weekend. On Tuesday for People of Video.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So any other questions, everyone, regarding this? Simulan TV. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Okay. We see, so that's that. All right. So now that we have the straight out of Ecamm, let's get out straight out of demo mode.
Straight out of demo mode.
Straight out of demo mode.
That's another
You know
one.
what could be another one? Straight out of 4.0 when it comes out. I mean, this is going to be great. So 4.0 is going to be, 4.0 is going to be what's up.
It's the one.
Yeah. Hello, Johnny.
What's going on, Johnny?
Hello, Johnny. All right, so everyone, I don't know if you guys have checked out the Canva updates, but Canva updates are amazing. We're going to just go over real quick what is there. Personally, we have not tested out yet because it has been a week for us, but we do know all the updates and we can see how these updates are going to not only make our lives more simple, but it's also going to allow us to do other things in a creative way because of what they have done, right? So one of the first ones that I love, so we're gonna go to screen share. Yes. So here we go. So you're gonna do it because your microphone is right in front of me and I cannot see that screen. Okay, so unveiling the Canva Visual Work Suite. First of all, I don't know if you guys caught the live or even the replay, because it's in the replay. They did amazing. They opened up with music and excitement and it was great. It was pretty cool. So let's scroll down and let's start talking about it. So one of the things that I'm super excited about, is that now, you guys got to see my face. Now, you could take videos that you have created on your phone or on your camera, wherever. You can create it and you can remove the background, right? So that was one of the things that everyone was asking for, and Canva just delivered And you can now, this is only for the pro version of it, just like when you can remove the background to a picture. Now you can remove the background to a video and then add a background in the back. I mean, honestly, this is like, for me, when I heard that, I was like, okay, I'm done. But I still continued. The other thing that they did that is really great is almost like Jasper, if you guys are familiar with Jasper. So you can text or say a graphic that you're looking for, and it will kind of create it for you. We saw how they demonstrated it, but I have not played around with it, right? So the other thing that they did that is completely, I just love, is the documents, right? So now you will be able to, let's scroll down to documents and see. Yeah, right there, Canva Docs. So you guys, with this Canva Docs, you're going to be able to just design documents and add links to it and add graphics to it, and without having to leave Canva. Because before, I don't know about you, Fuljens, and you guys, but before, when I was creating a document, I will have to import the graphics that I wanted to include in there. And if I wanted to have a link, it was extensive. There were a lot of steps. Now with Canva documents, the way it looks like is that you will be able to just get your graphics, because everything is organized inside the app. And then you can turn it into a presentation afterwards. So you wouldn't have to do double the work. How cool is that?
Awesome.
Right? And then I don't know what you guys think about it. Please write it in the chat, because I cannot be the only excited one about this. Let's see, what was the other one? Another thing that I have that is really, I think is one of the, next to the video, background remover, I love that now you can create landing pages with Canva. I know they had that one before, but they redesigned it a little bit more from what I saw. And you can have designs already from your website, and you can embed it in your website. You can do all of that according to this document. But then also you can turn it into a presentation afterwards. So they just made everything where you just have to resize. Website, you resize. Document, you're making a presentation. Right, so that is, I'm loving this, and I cannot wait to try it out to see how it is, right? And then another thing that Fuljens, help me out here. Tell me what your favorites are, because you just
this is all new to me, so I'm learning. I'm learning as you go along.
Yeah.
I definitely look forward to the Canva websites, because I like that these some of these platforms allow you the ability to create these things on the fly, and it takes out a lot of the guesswork, especially for beginners.
For sure. Yeah. And then the other thing that they have is the whiteboard. So this works great for teams. So Fuljens and I, when we're designing, and especially thumbnails, or when we're designing for customers, we go back and forth on it, or add in a document and things like that. And this is great because you can just add all of your ideas, like a brain map, and just write it. And you can just continue to add and add and add, and then it's just for teams. This is going to be great. You have all your graphics there. You have, everything is very accessible. Mm-hmm. They made it really, I just love it. I just love it. So the same thing with generating the image, right, that you're looking for. So you text an image. It's just awesome. I'm so excited, you guys. I don't know. And I want to see in the comments if you guys are excited.
Are these features now live right now?
Yes. The only one that's not live, great question. The only one that's sort of not live that you have to apply for is the documents. There is the beta, and you have to apply for. I think I send it to Paul, that link, and you will be able to then send it out to them and get into that one. And then go ahead.
No, so like this, so the entire, so this is part of what's called the Canva Visual Work Suite. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. This. Yes. And we have the link in the comments so that you guys can check it out. Mm-hmm. Another thing that they did, you guys, was they have a marketplace for creators I cannot wait to see, because in our community, we have a lot of great designers. So what if they go and start designing for Canva in there, and then sell the designs, and we can go and support. So now they have created this marketplace where you can just go and buy templates. When I will buy templates, I'll have to go out of and then go to Etsy and buy some templates for Canva for Etsy. Now they have their own marketplace, which makes sense. And then they also opened their API for developers, so they're making it even better now. So they have with Slack, if you're in Slack, it will be integrated with Slack. They have also Microsoft Teams. They have Google. They have Google Drive. They have like Dropbox. They have all of these because they opened their API. So I imagine more developers will be able to use it.
That's
what
awesome.
if Ecamm Live does something like that?
That's awesome. That is awesome. We
yeah.
have people tuning in
Yes, let's
and
do it.
chiming in as well. So let's see. DJ Right on Beat, what's going on?
Hey, DJ Ram, baby, we're ready. We say give you a shout out.
Gotta do the record scratch for DJ Rob. DJ Rob says, I wish I bought stock in Canva. They're killing the game.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
I just cannot wait to try all of these. All of them are so relevant to what we do as creators, and even more for educators and for authors, for presenters, those who do a lot of heavy presentations. Yeah, because now for presentations, everyone now they have a remote control that you can control your presentation from your phone. So you don't have to have a clicker and you don't have to depend on somebody else to say next slide, next slide. You can do it from your phone. And according to what I read, if I read it correctly, you can also do it remotely. So somebody else can do it for you without, you having. So it's great. I'm just excited. I'm just excited about it. Okay, so what else is the community saying?
Kimberly Gunn loves Canva. Hello, Tony. Good to see you here.
Oh, Jennings, thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Super sticker.
Thank you so much, Al Jennings. Really appreciate it. Coach Frenchie says, Canva is the best thing as a creator.
Yes. Yep. I cannot wait for all of the the creators in our community to start going, because now that they have the marketing for creators, the marketplace, it's gonna be good, because it's gonna just now allow all the other creators in diversity, because that's the best thing. I was looking for Spanish Heritage Month kind of a photo, and I couldn't find anything that represented what we wanted to do. So we're like, shoot, and it was in short notice. So I cannot wait for more diversity in the Canva now that they have allowed that. So yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. In the link below, in the docs section, there's a sign up to join the waitlist for Canva Docs.
Yes. Yep. Awesome. And I wonder how much the stock in Canva is. They started like in 2013, I believe, and I believe it was 2013.
Sure. Yeah. And then there was a mention earlier. What did Paul say about needs to make a landing page? Just would be great. That definitely piece. Whenever like any these platforms create that feature, like where you can create a microsite and websites, like that piques my interest. So I definitely want to look more into that.
For sure. It's like, for example, if we have a course coming up that we want to advertise, or we have a workshop, we don't have to go on. We don't have to be developers. Actually, obviously, there will be a need still for developers and graphic designers, but it's making it easier for us who do not know HTML, who do not know CSS, who do not know all of those, JavaScript and things like that.
Trying to keep some money in our pockets too. We're on a budget.
You guys, Will just wants to buy a guitar, so he's like saving. But it's incredible the power that they have given us to be able to create, and the way it looks I have tried it up with MailChimp. I haven't tried it with Canva, but I would assume that is the same way in terms of display. But then with Canva, you actually have all the elements there. You know what I mean? Like, you have all the elements that you can use, and you can just go and embed it and share it and buy your domain right from there. I mean, they have you, or link your domain. So that's something that is just, I love the power. I love the power that these apps are giving us, and to make our creative journey easier, right? Because now that we mentioned it earlier, now that 2022 is almost over, what are we going to do? What is our plan for 2023? What are we going to continue to do, implementing because it worked in 2022? What new things we're going to now add to our repertoire, or what didn't work and we need to remove it, right? So these were all of these now great assets that we have. It's better to organize and all of these things. So I love it. I
Yeah,
love it.
and then also Mr. Moderator says, yes, very good point. One of our community members, Michelle, LBC Branding, has a lot of videos working with Canva, and I'm pretty sure Michelle's going to pump out tons of more content
Oh my
on
gosh,
these new updates. So
for sure.
definitely check out youtube.com/ their link is right there for you.
Yeah, thank
Yes,
you, Paul, for mentioning that.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely check out Michelle. And we have to address Jose. Jose left some comments here. We have to address that. DJ says, you know, yes, DJ Rob. So I'm currently learning the electric guitar, and it's been a interesting experience for me, and I'm invested. I want to keep continuing. Yeah, it's time for Ecamm Band. I needed to practice at home because my lessons are every Tuesday, and so I rarely get a chance to practice. So I started off. I got this very cheap Amazon guitar. I highly regretted it, and this thing does not stay in tune. The strings popped off and all that. So in Guitar Center, there were these used guitars, and then I picked up this Affinity Telecast, and it's like all black and really good price. And everybody at Guitar Center they're just amazed by it, and like they're amazed that it was on sale. So this was like a really good pickup. So I'm excited. Now I can like practice my chords at home, because that's why my challenge right now is the finger placement on the fretboard, and because I have like really big hands and like a really short pinky. So the finger placement for me is a challenge. So I'm in the process of learning my chords right now. But Ecamm Band coming soon.
And for those of you who play instruments, feel free to drop Fuljens a note, because Fuljens over there trying to do, position his fingers right. And then he's like, you know what? I'm just going to cheat and use this finger. I'm like, if the finger is designed for a specific chord, I don't think you should be cheating on that.
Because it's not going to be helpful for me when I'm like,
When you're
when I'm switching chords and stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay.
But Ecamm Band coming soon, absolutely.
For December.
DJ Rob has a nice burgundy. Yeah, I'll send you a picture of the one I have, Rob. That's awesome. Okay, so Jose made a comment, right? Jose said, I don't even know what my brand is. I am a small church pastor and love technology, but I don't know how to brand myself.
Oh, Jose Arroyo, that is not easy, right? It's not easy. But the first thing that I would say for you to figure out what your brand is just sit down and answer the questions. What do I want to do for my community? Find your message, right? Find your vision, which I'm pretty sure if you're already established with your church, you have that vision, right? You already have that. So it's now about solidifying your message, what message it is that you want to send, because your brand starts with you. The logo, the graphics come after you have already decided what it is that you want to do. So first thing comes the concept. So maybe you start with a mind map where you're going to have your main idea and you're just going to say, okay, this is what I want to do. This is my mission. How do I go about it? And just do keywords on all over and then start from there. It is not something that needs to be rushed. It is something that you need to take your time on. It is your brand. It is the most important thing. It is how you're going to represent yourself. So you need to spend time there. So dedicate a specific amount of time to this is what I'm going to do. And then also reach out for coaches, reach out for designers, reach out for people who specialize in branding, because that is going to help you. And not only that, but someone who specializes in branding for churches, because it is a niche and they will know exactly what you need to do and how to go about it because they have already done it. So it's different than someone who has, for example, helped people brand, photography, right? It's totally different thing. So you need to go to a specific person or someone that you really, really connect with, because it's very intimate. It is your brand. right? It's an elevate task. You're elevating your brand because now you're going to have one. So dedicate a specific amount of time for that and then go for it. You can Google what is a brand, how to start a brand, but in my opinion, I suggest reaching out for a coach.
And then there's something that you mentioned is that, this is different from like a producer brand or a photographer brand, because Jose, you're working with a faith-based organization, right? So also too is working with potential stakeholders in your community or potential stakeholders in your church, right? So like, who are the community members that are in your church that are like, I don't know, the most active, or people that you work with very closely. And, and I don't know if maybe you've done so, but, take some time to like actually sit down and work on the goals and objectives of your faith-based organization, and also putting together like a solid mission statement, so all these things go into the branding, right? Because like when it comes to branding, faith-based and community-based organizations, nonprofits, there's different processes involved. So definitely work on those if you haven't done so already.
Yeah, definitely. So spend time with that, Jose. Thank you for the question, though. And
Yeah.
there are also so many workshops and tutorials that are free on the Ecamm Live that you can just search branding, and you can search things like that on the Video Hub, and you'll be able to get a little bit of tips and things like that. But again, it's something that it is very intimate. It's you, and especially church. You should try and find someone who is going to help you with this process.
Yeah.
So to make it easier for you.
Yeah. It could be nonprofit consultant that specialize in and working with faith-based organizations, or it could also be again like your stakeholders, like people that you trust in your church, that you could work with and form a committee and just actually like work on the branding from strategic planning to the mission statement, just everything involved, and everything else will come after that, right? The graphics and logos and all that stuff will come after.
That's the
like,
last thing.
Once you have your goals, objectives, your strategic plan, and your mission statement in place.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Just let us know. But oh my God, Johnny, what?
I know. That sucks, Johnny.
So Johnny, it says
he won't be able to make it. He's looking forward to seeing you, and he's going to donate a ticket to a member of the Building Blocks family. So,
oh wow, Johnny, that is amazing.
Yeah.
So let us know how you want us to.
Yeah, and Johnny's referring to like the actual in-person ticket that he has. Yeah, what were you saying?
That to let us know if you need us to help you in any way in terms of doing the raffle or whatever you want to do to donate the ticket.
Yeah.
We're gonna miss you, Johnny. We're looking forward to seeing you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And there's Al Jennings. I feel you, Fuljens. That frustrated me to no end when I was taking lessons. Yeah, it's definitely a learning curve, and for me, this is a learning curve that's taking forever. But I am committed to it.
Yeah, you will get it. You just have to just have your fingers where they belong.
Oh yeah.
And you'll be okay. You'll be okay. Yeah. Okay. So, any other questions, everyone? About whether it is what we talked about, giving a little refresh to your designs, or about Ecamm itself, or about Canva. We can answer some Canva questions. We're a little versed on that, a little tiny bit. But okay. So for refreshing, this is the advice that I have, and you can give your advice.
Go ahead.
No. For refreshing, just think about get something small as, for example, now that you have, if you are a seasoned live streamer, right? Not if you are, for example, Tatiana, still looking for the brand and trying to define her brand. Jose is still looking for that. So this is not going to apply to you guys. It's going to apply to those of you who already have your live stream set, that you already have your scenes and your color palette and your font, and you're just happy with everything. But then you're feeling like something is missing now. You're still looking for a little bit like what else do I do? How do I reach out to my customers? And what do I talk about in my brand? Or how do I... that is for you. You change the colors, and it can be as simple as, hey, you guys, what do you think about my new refresh? And you post it. Here was before, and here's after. And you post that. What is that's going to do is that you're asking people a question, and they will answer. So that means that you're going to get engagement and reach, and perhaps engage your those who were not engaged before, right? And so you're going to also do a little refresh on your social media accounts because you're posting and you're asking questions and you're asking engaging questions for them. So just change something about your live streaming, like your colors, your scene, just like we showed you here. If we can go back again and just show the before we had before. This is what we had before. Thank you, Paul, for adding that there. Paul just added the putting together your color palette link. So this was our before, right? Like pretty cool, awesome. We got so many great comments on it, and we liked it when it was first designed. But then Fuljens was fine with it.
I still like it.
Yeah,
I love it. I'll use it every week.
We're not saying that we don't like it, right? We're saying that for me, Fuljens was still there. For me, I was like, I just need to see something different. I cannot look at this one more day. So Fuljens is like,
get ready for a completely brand new ENN design, you guys.
yes,
That's on you.
well, because if it was up to Fuljens, honestly, he will keep the same design for a long time.
That one is fairly new, though.
Yeah, just the lower third.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about like changing lower third.
Right.
But
we
now
swap it out every few months.
Yeah, every quarter.
But now it's like
every quarter.
The time length is decreasing.
No. It's every. You guys, that's not true.
Now it's gonna be like every 2 weeks or so, every 3 weeks.
But before, actually, we were doing it every week, and then you were like, no.
ENN.
Yeah, ENN. At first, when we first started.
No, we've kept we started off with the CNN look, and we've had that for a very long time.
We were changing something every
right, but the
week.
lower third stayed the same.
Yeah, the lower third stayed the same.
That's what I'm referring to. Like the news lower third, we normally like rotate, or we'll just like create a new news lower third inspired by whichever news lower third is you drawing our attention at the moment, right? So we start off with the CNN one, but we kept the CNN one for a very long time.
Yeah, but then we will change the. We would change the colors, and we would change
screen share and interview mode, but like the actual lower third. So, but now I think that you're looking to revamp the lower third again.
Yes.
And this is going to be a record in terms of like how this is a short-lived lower third.
It is not. It is not. But another thing is that
Rest in peace. Rest in peace to the ENN lower third.
He says like he honestly doesn't like it. He resists at first, but then I'm like, can you? And then once he starts, I'm like, okay, you should be done now. Like let's not continue because we need to move on to something else. And he's just there designing 5. I'm like, oh my gosh, like no. But he gets into it because his mind starts going and going and going and going. So it's a good thing.
And then
but
for me right now, like the current ENN lower third that we're doing, like I've had my eye on that design for the longest. I'm like, how the heck? Because I like to challenge myself, like, how the heck do I design this in Ecamm? Especially like how we have those little those slants or whatever diagonal things that you're calling it, and then finally crack the code and learn how to design it. But I've been wanting that for like right now. I don't have my eye on any other like news lower third, so
Yes, of course.
I'm passing the ball to you.
You're not passing no ball to me because I'm like, you guys, I see something, right? And then what the code that he was trying to crack, I was like, Fuljens, if we put these 2 shapes together, we get that. And then he did it, right?
It's so helpful that you actually have an ENN scene here. So let's cut to it, right? Let's go to it. Boom, right? So like those things right there. Yeah.
The slants.
Yeah, the slants. It took some figuring out, but we combined, what is it, like a combination of like 2 triangles to create that slant, and boom. And I was like, Eureka, thank you, Lord. And right, so all these feelings, but this is about to get canceled soon.
He's thinking
about to
all
get
the way.
canceled.
It's not gonna get canceled. It's just gonna get a little lift. Just like, okay, this design got a little lift. Yes,
Yes.
guys, right? It got
Yeah.
a little lift.
And also to what I did with going back to the ENN one. Where is it? Going back to the ENN, we when this was designed with like different palettes. So the blue, for example, can be orange, and then the orange can be blue, based on Ecamm's actual color palette and the colors that that Ecamm advises to use in the color palette. So
Yeah.
we have like different versions of this. So
And
can it
just
be
like
that?
and just like no, wait, no, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Just like
I didn't know.
just like Paul mentioned, it's not gonna get canceled. It's gonna get shelved because we don't cancel anything. We just shelve it. We store it. I absolutely moved all the designs out of the scene panel. I just like move the whole thing out and then start fresh because it just gives it that fresh feeling. And so, yeah, you guys just do
Resistance is futile.
It's something for you to. So Rene Cabrera says the current colors remind me of Jamaica. Yes.
Booyaka.
There you go. But that is so great. It looks so good. And one thing that gets overlooked, everyone, is that you see how our comments, right? The background is yellow and red, and it matches our designs. You can do that as well. So keep in mind when you are changing and you are doing a lift, it could be as simple as just changing the colors of your comments.
Yeah.
Just something new, just something that will give your viewers, your loyal viewers that come to see you and support you every single live stream, it gives them something else to look at, right? And it just inspires them, and then inspires you also because you get feedback that they like it, and then you continue to do that.
Yeah, and also too, because this went by really quick, we're gonna go to the intro and pause the timer so we can just show you what we did there. Unmuted. All right, cool. Let's go into demo mode.
Hello, Eden.
What's going on, Eden?
That's
Oh my
actually
gosh, wait,
was
I'm
not
pressing the
planned.
wrong thing. Live demo mode.
Eden,
All
that
right.
was not planned. It was our conscious mind and subconscious mind did that for us.
So here, right? We do this one of two ways. This you can just like record it and then bring it back into Ecamm or whatever. But this is actually a scene, right? And we use it as a little intro. Let's lower the music a little bit. Now you got the music playing, and also like it just runs for like about like a few seconds, and it'll cut to the scene, right? So these are all overlays here. We just actually added this. I don't know if you noticed, but like if you notice, like there's like a little bit of like A and F going off on the side. So that's how we incorporate the teal. And Anna was like, it looks too corporate, and so separate it with something. Add some little dots in there. So we added the dots in there. But if you can see, like there's like a creating a little A and F thing. But this thing here, right? This is a timer. And we got this font. It's a emoji font that we got from thefont.com, and we're using that as the O in the building blocks, and it's just rotating, right? But what we did, right, we had to mask it with some stuff because this is, if we go into the timer, right, all of this, you have all of this going on. So all we just want this here. We just want this because this is like actually counting down, and it's the 0, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0 keys, and that's what's rotating up here. There are a lot of other cool emojis here, but of course they're not numbers, so that's what's moving here, right? And let's cancel this out. So we have that there, and the rest are off to the side, and they're covered up. And then we labeled this overlay as cover up. So if we peel this away, right there they go. They're all hiding back here. Right? And create a nice little cool thing. And think about like all the things that you can do with the timer. Shout out to DJ Ride on Beat.
Hey.
Shout out to DJ Ride on Beat, because during the Ecamm Design Challenge, DJ Rob created this cool he had this overlay, and he had this camera over it, and then he had these things like floating and everything like that. And it was like a font that he also got from thefont.com. And we were like, how'd you do that? He used a timer. So that inspired that design there, and other designs too, because we have other designs where we're using the emoji, or we're using something else that's cool that can rotate using the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, the number keys, right? And you could create some animations with it using the timer.
Yeah, I'm telling you guys, so many wonderful things came out of the Ecamm Design Challenge.
yeah.
And it was last year. I mean, this year, early this year, we did it. And there were so many great things that came out. And this is what happens when you just do, because all the your creative juices start just mind overflows.
Yeah. We're going to bring it back. We're going to do it again. We're gonna do the digital
the digital bubbles.
The digital
Yes,
bubbles.
yeah.
The digital bubbles. It was called Tricks, I believe. Trix.
The font.
From thefont.com. Tricks. Yes, that was awesome. So we're definitely gonna bring back the Ecamm Design Challenge again, and just and then we have a question from Vicky. You know, we didn't get a chance. Before we answer, like, I just want to have with the little wrench thingy, right? So thank you, Vicky. Vicky says, can you show us how to get the chat to do? Okay, that's very simple.
Yes.
All that's built in. Shout out to Ecamm. Let's go into demo mode. So when you have the comments, right, you add the comment to your broadcast, Vicky. You go in here, the pencil, and you just treat it as like an overlay, right? So you have the same little overlay features, and we select style fly in from right. You can do any of them, and look what's not there anymore. Scrolling ticker is not there. Remember we were doing comments as scrolling tickers?
Did you update my thing? Did you update my Ecamm?
You think the update did that? But they would have said we remove scrolling tickers as a comment overlay.
Paul? But do you update my Ecamm?
I updated this morning to 3.10.3.
Why?
Why was wrong with it?
Because oh my god.
Anyway, let's just finish this, right? So you could assign any fly in. Scrolling ticker is not there anymore, but there was a time where we had that, and then you save. So now any of them. Also, while you're here, this is your time to brand your comments, right? This is where you could change your background and change your font, just like any text overlay.
Let's show it real quick. Just go to background and then just change the color.
So let's say we wanted to do this teal right here, and then we switch this to yellow, for example. But now, as you can see, the font in here is too crazy. So we can do white. Hey, what happened? There it is.
I'm still thinking about why you update. I mean, like, listen.
I don't think that's what caused it, though. That looks cool.
If something was removed, if something was there, and now it's not.
Check Ecamm on here to see, because this is 3.
I will do it afterwards.
You're on 3.10.2 on your MacBook, so check it there.
Let's get out of live demo mode and show you how cool this looks. Vicky, look at this. Nice.
Thank you, Paul. Paul's trying to keep me out of trouble. So the update had to do with a fix to a YouTube streaming issue. Yes.
Okay, but for me, right? For me, Mr. Paul and everyone, I don't update unless I'm having an issue. So if I'm not having an issue, I don't need to update, right? I can keep my things the way it goes.
Because updating without telling Anna.
Exactly, Eden. You know what I mean? Like, for me, Fuljens always goes, how come your Ecamm works so flawlessly? You never have any issues. You never have, and I'm like, because I only do things when everybody has tested it out, and then when they have all the fixes, absolute, like everything, and there's something that I need, then I go for it. If I don't need it, I don't do it.
Change the subject quick. Yeah. Vicky, you're absolutely welcome.
I'm gonna have to use my laptop from now on.
Well,
do not touch my laptop.
It will be good to test it out, because on my laptop, I'm on 3.10.3. But when was the last time we went into Ecamm and tried to add a comment overlay as a scrolling ticker?
I don't know, but I haven't updated my econ.
Can you please check this one to see?
Should I, guys? Should I check it now live?
There's no poll needed. I think you should just check it. We're going to take your beta badge away.
No, I test beta. That's what, like, I have my beta ecom, and I test the out of it. And I tell Fuljens all the time, oh my gosh, you see this, you see that, this, that. But when I'm gonna go live, unless I'm testing going live in beta, but for like my shows and stuff like that, I keep my original, my current ecom version. I keep it until there's the update and then release, and off we go. I keep it that way.
Thankfully, there's a comment here. So we're just looking at the MacBook here, on a MacBook, which is on 3.10.2. And we have a comment here from Nikki and Moose. So we're gonna just double click on there and see if the scrolling ticker. Okay, guys, I am safe. The scrolling ticker is not there for the comment overlay. And that is 3.10.2. So we don't know when our good developers, Ken and Glenn, remove that feature. So I am safe. I am safe.
No, you're not. Because next time you ask me, hey, would you like to update? You knowing how I am. So, hey, Dave.
What's going on, Dave? Good to see you here.
Oh,
so
you know
does that
what,
mean
Paul?
You're not going to update?
Yes, I am. I am going to update, and I'm actually up to date on the beta. Fuljens got in trouble because he wasn't updating the beta. As soon as there is a release, the beta is updated, I update it immediately after that, because it's beta. You're supposed to be, we're testing. But when it comes to, the current version of Ecamm, I wait. I keep that one just there. I have two versions.
But that still doesn't explain when was the scrolling ticker removed as a comment overlay.
You guys, this is going to be on ENN. Please write it down so that you can answer and win some swag.
Let's just make sure that it's there, because I'm just gonna just click on.
Or
something
are we
else.
getting confused?
Okay, scrolling ticker. No. It was there because we did some, and then people.
Oh, yes, we did.
And people were saying, "Oh, I did not know that you can add your. You could make a comment overlay appear as a scrolling ticker." Mm-hmm. And so.
Yeah.
I think Katie was there also. So we have witnesses.
I think Baller Vibes is agreeing with both ways. What is the both way? Do again. For those of you who did not know, I was in tech support, both software and hardware, for over 10 years. And that's like a housekeeping thing. Like, you need to have both versions. You need to have a version of everything so that you can, if there's...
No, because David is saying, look at the release notes, right? But sometimes the release notes don't say what was removed. Right, so 3.10.3 fixed and update includes an updated YouTube login flow required, blah, blah, blah. Fix an issue where live demo wasn't always full quality, and other minor fixes. So that's the 3.10.3 that was just released this week. But that was not the issue, because this is 3.10.2 and the scrolling ticker is not there. New text overlays will now use the shadow and alignment settings. It would have to happen probably 3.10.1. Right, or 3.10.0.
That's 3.10.0.
But they wouldn't remove. I don't think that's something where maybe it was not intentional.
Something that
we just let Ken and Glenn know and see if they could add it back in there. And hopefully they don't say why. Why do you want that? Because it was there before.
Yeah, so you guys, I keep it. So for iPhone, for any updates, and I hear people going, oh my gosh, I went and I did this and I upgraded to Monterey, or I upgraded to this and I upgraded to that, and here I am streaming. No problems. I'm like, no problem. Streaming, big streaming for customers, production, huge productions, straight. And a lot of people saying, oh my gosh, I don't update until I need to update it, right? So when everything has been updated, then go ahead and do all this thing. And this I learned from being in tech support. That's just it just stayed with me.
Paul looked at all the release notes back to 3.10.1 beta 1 and cannot find anything on the scrolling tickers. Yeah, we have to let them know, because I don't think they even realized that it was removed.
No, James. No, Ballard. James, look at him. Like, no, you should not update without. You have to ask. You have to ask, hey, do you want to update this? And then you
But I
go
also
for it.
agree you should update without asking.
I have not. I have both versions, and I use it for specific purposes. I test a lot. We actually test a lot on the beta side of Ecamm, a lot, and then we go back to the original, and then we compare and things like that, like what it is, what all of that. So that's why I like keeping it and to go live on.
Right. Mark saved. Mark myself safe.
Oh my gosh. So, oh my gosh, 11/11, everyone make a wish. Do you make one?
I don't know. My mind drew a blank. You know what that reminded me just now of Ghostbusters when the whatever the Dark Lord was there, the first one, and then you're like, everybody just make your, keep your minds clear, don't think of anything. And then Ray thinks about the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and here comes the big giant Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. So I drew my mind drew a blank.
Your mind went to Blockbuster.
My mind went to Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters. I know Fuljens was trying to get me to watch Ghostbusters, because I haven't seen it. I just I seen it from people posting and stuff like that. But Fuljens you have to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I will watch it.
Did you start watching? You start watching, or you're watching the one of the newer ones?
Whatever one you wanted to, you got
the
it.
new one is good. Afterlife is good. The one with the kids.
I fell asleep. Remember?
You fell
I fell
asleep.
asleep.
You fell asleep.
I'm like, well, so what happened?
Yeah.
He's
It had kind of like Stranger Things vibes. It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 8:00. What is it, Tony? What is it? What are we talking about? Tony. Everyone, we are going to be live on Tuesday from People of Video. We are going to be in the virtual access. We are hosting the virtual access pass. We're going to have some behind the scenes. There's some great speakers that you will be able to ask questions to directly, because it's going to be a little bit more intimate. And for those of you who were talking about branding, and also there were behind the scenes, someone was asking about monetization. All of that's going to be covered on the virtual access pass. All of the speakers are successful to have successful YouTube channels, and they have monetized their content, so that's good for that. And because they are successful that way, you can ask them also questions about have they rebranded, have they branded, and things like that. So, and how to go about doing that. So you'll be able to ask very, very intimate questions, because it's going to be a close group. So if you have not purchased the ticket yet, you can purchase it. It is for Ecamm Fam. You get it for $29. If you are not in the Ecamm Fam, you are on LinkedIn and you're just watching us for the first time, you can you get it I believe for $39. Mm-hmm. Yes. So that is oh, you're showing this?
The awesome lineup.
I'm gonna do this. Yes. So thank you, Paul, for adding that. Yeah. So the 8:00 was from
A Ghostbusters reference.
You should know that.
And then so we have West Coast people watching, so they're not able to make that wish for another 3 hours.
Oh well, now you now you know that at 11:11 you make a wish. So for those of us here, we make wishes, except for you.
It'll be awesome to see Gigi again, and Judy also. We haven't met Emily D. Baker in person, Geraldine Wilkinson in person. It'll be cool to see Dale again, and also Keely. We get to see Keely,
right?
And Jim. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's an awesome lineup.
Oh, okay. Look at this. Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
There's some new ones there. Perfect.
Yeah, we have them. We have their topics and all that good stuff.
Okay. Look at you have Jose Arroyo says Fuljens practice when Anna's not around. Is that the guitar or is that Ecamm? And
well, if it's the guitar, like if I'm going to connect it to the amp and start with making
guitar noises,
thrasher sounds, I definitely. You know what's cool though, because I don't have an amp yet. I invested in the guitar first, but I plugged the guitar into. Thank you, Tom Buck, for that. Plugging into the Rodecaster Pro 2 and have my headphones on, and then you could turn on the reverb and all that good stuff. So that's pretty cool. I really enjoy that. So it's like not interfering and not bothering Anna whatsoever. She don't have to hear me like mash it up on the guitar. So
Yeah.
that's an awesome
I don't
feature.
hear. Yeah.
love it.
I don't hear
Yes.
anything. And then you know what, Paul? Let's do a poll of who updates not just Ecamm, right? It's just any software when it first releases. If you wait, or you, because I do want to know if I'm the only person who does this, which would be so amazing if I'm the only one who does it. But I'm pretty sure other people do as well.
You know, I think
Yeah.
Eden also doesn't update it right away. So
Oh,
there's
Eden,
quite
you
a
don't
few.
do it?
There's
Where?
quite a few, because Eden was saying that was very smart of you not to do that.
Well, Eden, is that's what you mean? That's why you and I are like this. If that's what you mean, because okay.
Gerard.
Okay,
absolutely.
yes, Eden. Okay, you see, Eden, that's why. That's why.
Our pleasure,
Yes.
Gerard.
Okay.
And
What did you
again, as a reminder, if anyone wants to attend in person, Johnny has the in-person ticket that he's giving away. Unfortunately, Johnny cannot make it. Johnny, I was looking forward to you being there. We
I
were
know,
to
right?
do some stuff, but dang it.
Yeah.
Dang it.
And you know what would be? It would probably be logistic wise. It would probably be not. I mean, I don't know. But would it be cool to just split your ticket into like all virtual, just in case people? Because it's very short notice for people to just plan going in
Going
person.
to Albany and stuff,
Right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it could be where the price of the in-person ticket can be split into however many Ecamm fan want to attend the virtual.
We could talk to Dan about it.
Well, first Johnny has to be okay with
Yeah.
it. So yeah, okay, Richard, bye. Thank you so much for being here with us, and we will see you on Monday. On Monday, on Monday. We'll be there Sunday.
We'll have an ENN on Monday.
We are having an
Yeah,
evening.
because and also and get some push out some last minute virtual access passes. Ballad vibes. I update immediately. I like living dangerously.
Good for you guys. Good for you. Do your thing. That's why people like us we were there for you to support you on your journey.
Good to see you, Andy. Good to see you here.
Hi, Andy. Okay,
Richard
so
is be there. We'll be there on Sunday. Also.
okay, cool.
Nice.
Yes. Look at this. This is great. We're gonna be seeing everybody on live.
And Johnny is okay with splitting.
Okay, so we will see what Dan says in terms logistic wise.
Okay, so do you update your software when a release comes out? 62 says yes so far. 62 is yes.
Okay, yeah, but there's 37. No, yo, listen, we need each other. We do need each other because us who do not update, we wait for you to just like go through your thing, right? And then we be like, okay. And then we go, right? Like, because I live dangerously for other things, but not for that.
Like designing or creating
like designing
overlays and stuff 1 hour before we go on.
Yeah, it just like Fuljens just does. I'm like, he's like, listen, no. And I'm like, okay, I will do it. So like, because I'm designing very quickly, the lines are not straight. And then I'm like, I told you. Then he comes in and he just adjusts it. The straight out of Ecamm, we did it straight this morning. The waiting screen.
The building blocks one, yeah.
The waiting screen.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just want to have building blocks in here instead of Ecamm. That's all I want to do. And he's like, and then after he did it, he's like, oh, that looks good. And I'm like, but anyway, it's that's why we make a good team, Bob.
Yes.
That's why we make a good team. So, okay, everyone, thank you so much for spending time with us. We will be with you on Monday from People of Video. And then the virtual Access Pass actually starts on Tuesday. So we will see you on that side on Tuesday. Just stay tuned for the schedule of what the speakers and what we're going to be doing. And if you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask them. But we will see you then. Right here's good. Okay, everyone. So thank you so much again. My name is Ana Gil.
And I'm Fuljens Henry.
And have an amazing rest of the day and weekend.
Peace.
Hey, bye, everybody. Happy
Friday.
Friday. Okay, we got you. Tyler.
Team replay.
Team replay.
Good to see you.
Eden, Eden, Eden.
Yes, Al. Definitely. Listen, I totally forgot about that. There's going to be some axe throwing competition going on.
Fuljens over there was saying that he was so good at axe throwing. Remember that?
Yeah, and I was rusty, so I'm definitely team update. Team never update immediately.
Yes, Eden. Yes.
Thank you, Adrian.
Hey, DJ.
Thank you, Strick.
Thank you.
Thank you, Strick. Good to see you.
Hashtag always update. Yes,
Listen,
yes.
The community is split on this.
Yes. I'm telling you, but we need each other. We need each other. This is what's great. Categories are great. Keep it up. That's it.
And Paul Duncan's bail bond services will be in full effective Sunday evening. Actually, Sunday morning, because we'll be on the road. So the bail bond services need to be in effect at that time. Bye, everybody.